Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful night or evening, depending where you're at. We're back here on Grail Z again for the second time today with a live stream. We were on here a few hours ago with a 2026 Pepsi. That was an awesome one to be able to live stream. But we're back here again tonight with another live stream for you all. I've been doing live streams with all of our auctions, as all of our auctions are no reserve. Love them. It's an awesome way to show off the watch before the end of the auction. So obviously we're back here doing it again. Today we have a 2022 Rolex Datejust with Wimbledon dial. This is a 41 millimeter two-tone on Jubilee. It is yellow gold. And the reference on this is 126333. So I'll kind of do this like I do all of the live streams here. We'll go over what all is included with the watch, and then we'll get into the actual watch itself. We'll take a look at it and go over that. Then we'll get into some of the specs of the watch that can be found on Rolex's website. Any questions throughout this process, feel free to comment those. We'll be more than happy to get those answered for you all. But with that being said, we'll get straight into it. So first thing you're gonna have with this watch is your tan outer box. This is a 2022, and so those are that is the year with the tan outer boxes. They switched that to the green outer box in 2025. So you have your tan outer box there. Then you're going to have your inner Rolex box. As you can see there, both are in very, very good shape. No major scratches, dents or anything like that. So both boxes in very good shape. So we'll get into some of the accessories of the watch here now. So first thing you're gonna have is your hang tag. This is the unserialized hang tag. So there is that. Next thing you're going to have is your Oyster Perpetual Datejust user manual. This just goes over how to operate the watch and everything you might need to know on the watch. So there is that. Then you are going to have your service manual. This watch is still under warranty, so that's going to tell you everything about the warranty and service of the watch. You are going to have your Rolex card / manual holder here, and then there's the card for you all to see. As you can see, 126333, and that is dated June of 2022. So that does still have a factory warranty until June of 2027. We also offer a 6-month seller warranty. So in case you did not want to go through the process of that warranty yourself, we will be more than happy to take care of that for you. In the situation that anything goes wrong with the watch. So that is everything that's included with the watch itself. We'll take a look here at the actual watch. Absolutely beautiful watch. Love the two-tone Datejust, all of them. I think they give it a nice look rather than just plain oyster steel or white gold. So, but yeah, obviously you have the Wimbledon dial. In my opinion, probably the best dial on the Datejust. So there's a look at that dial with the sunburst effect on it as well. Here's a look at the bezel and that scratch resistant sapphire. So yeah, the watch is in very, very good shape. You have some fingerprints on it, obviously, from handling, but no major scratches, indentions, nothing like that. Watch is in very solid shape. So there is that. Here's the left side of your casing. And then here's the right side with that Rolex winding crown in yellow gold. So there's that. There's a look at the Jubilee bracelet for you all to see. And then there's a look at the clasp. The clasp has a small scratch right there, as you can see, but overall, very good shape. And then there is a look at the case back for you all as well. So yeah, super nice piece. Wimbledon dial with the two-tone. Goes very good together. So that's kind of what's included. Look at the watch itself. Very good shape. Full set. We'll get into some of the specs of the watch. I always think it's interesting to go over some of the specs, usually some pretty cool stuff. Obviously, Datejust 41 millimeter oyster steel and yellow gold, 126333 reference. This watch retails for $17,700 US dollars before tax. So well under retail at the current price that we're at. So let's see. All right, so your model case is going to be oyster 41 millimeter, and that is made out of oyster steel and yellow gold. The oyster architecture is a monoblock middle case with a screw down case back and winding crown. The material is yellow Rolex, which is a combination of the oyster steel and yellow gold. And then obviously you have a fluted bezel on it as well. Winding crown is a screw down twin lock double waterproofness system. And then you obviously have the scratch resistant sapphire crystal, as all the new Rolexes do, with the lens over the date feature. This watch is waterproof up to 100 meters or 330 feet. Your movement in this watch is going to be a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement that is a 32-35 caliber with a bidirectional self-winding via perpetual rotor. And then your power reserve on this watch is approximately 70 hours. So nice long power reserve there. Your bracelet, obviously, two-tone Jubilee. That's a 5-piece link. Material, the yellow Rolex, which is the combination of the oyster steel and yellow gold. Sure thing. So here, let's see, we'll wipe this off. Get those fingerprints off for you. But there's a look at the clasp. I showed it just a second ago, but you do have a small scratch right there. But other than that, the clasp is pretty much all good. And then There's that as well. Yeah, watch is in very solid shape. Other than that small scratch there, clasp looks great. So, but then your clasp as well. I was about to talk about the clasp. You have your Easy Link 5mm comfort extension on the clasp as well, because obviously your wrist is going to swell or shrink based off if it's hot or cold. So they include that so you can easily adjust. The scratch can be removed through a polish. That's not something that we'll typically do before we send them out. If you were to purchase the watch and you wanted us to polish that small scratch out, we would be happy to do so. Not very common, but if that's something that you would like, we can make that work, and we can make that happen. So yeah, if you were to purchase, we can polish the clasp and get that scratch out for you. So certification on this watch, just like all Rolexes, is official chronometer certification and then Rolex certification after its casing. So that's some of the specs of the watch there. Always think it's interesting to go over and go over that. See the caliber of the movement, all that good stuff. So there is that. We will go over what all is included with the watch one more time, just in case anybody missed it. So first thing, obviously the tan outer box. You are going to have your inner box as well. You have the Rolex hang tag here. You have your Oyster Perpetual Datejust booklet. This is the kind of like the user manual. It's going to tell you how to operate everything. There's that. You have your card slash manual holder here. And then you're going to have your service manual in there, as well as the card on the back here. And as you all can see, there's your reference. And then it is dated June of 2022. So still an active factory warranty, along with our 6-month seller warranty. So that's everything that's going to be included. We'll take another look at the watch here. We've got a few minutes left. Any last minute questions, feel free to comment those. More than happy to get those answered for you all before we end off here. But we'll take another quick look at the watch here. Absolutely stunning watch. The two-tone yellow gold really pops in person. Definitely not going to be disappointed if you were to win this watch. So there's a look at that Wimbledon dial with that sunburst effect on the dial, as you all can see there. There's a look at the bezel and that crystal as well. There's the left side of your case. And then there's the right side as well, with that screw down crown in yellow gold. There's a look at that Jubilee two-tone bracelet there. and then the other side as well. There's one more look at that clasp. Then we'll take a quick look at the case back as well before we wrap up here. So there's that. And then there's that case back as well. So stunning watch, beautiful watch. Can't go wrong with it. Especially with the Wimbledon dial. It's always a favorite. So we got a little under a minute left here. We'll see if anybody comes in and puts a last second bid in, or if we'll end at the current price. Huge thank you to everybody for coming in and tuning into our live. We love doing these, and they would not be possible without you all. So huge thank you to you all. Got about 20 seconds left here. So it looks like we sold for, we ended off at 16.5. So huge congrats to the winner. We'll get this out to the authenticator for you first thing in the morning. Huge thank you to everybody for showing up on the live stream. Hope you all have a great night, and we look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thank you.